What the fuck? The fuck you do, Zach?
I didn't do shit, you normie cunt!
Did you talk back to me, bitch? I could replace you with a fucking pine cone.
I want a divorce from you piece of shit!
I know you've been fucking wrong this whole time! Let's go see what the fuck this is. The fuck is this shit? Wow, I wonder who they're trying to catch.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
Never fucking mind! What is up, guys? This is Spirited Avio, and I just wanted to go ahead and bring you another story that you guys might find a little bit interesting. This isn't gonna be anything hacking or anything like that, because that was fucking stupid, alright? Not in any sense that the video was stupid, it was just like, the way that I explained it, in my point of view, was fucking stupid. So let's go ahead and continue on with this story of how a fucking savage man gets arrested in front of our house. So basically how the story goes was we were coming back home from Pittsburgh, you know, just having a great time over there, and ate at a couple of places, went to Market Square, some places like that. You know, so there's no need to go into detail about that, but as soon as we came home, you know, we were just like, man, we're fucking tired, but our neighbors are right there. Let's go ahead and talk to them, just to talk to them, you know, be neighborly. You know, we weren't going to be that fucking people that were just going to be like, we're going to fucking cage ourselves inside and never let anybody know who the fuck we are. Yeah, we're not going to be like that. So, basically, we go over there and just, you know, start shooting shit, start talking to them, you know, start talking about some personal stuff, you know, that doesn't need to be talked over here. But, you know, so it was just like, you know, we're just talking, and then we see this van. Well, let me just give you an idea of what this van was. It was the typical rundown blue van with the blacked out windows. Some of you are probably wondering, what does that have to do with anything? You'll see as the story continues on. So this guy in his blacked out van decides to, you know, just park in front of our house. And the way that our house is set up is that there's a sidewalk in front of our house. So a lot of people like to park in front of our house. So, you know, it's like not a big deal. To be honest, it was a little dark, so we were, you know, a little bit iffy about it, but, you know, we didn't really even give it a second thought. We were just like, oh, they're parking over there, it's a little late at night, but who the fuck cares? You know, it was sort of like that kind of mindset. So this guy comes out of his van, and let me give you an idea what this guy fucking looks like. He's a fucking big guy, right? He is a big guy. He has a bunch of tattoos on his arms, and a black beard. Like, he's not around here. We've never seen him around here before. But he just comes out, and we're just like, okay, well, he's out here. Maybe he's going to go see a friend. We still don't think very much about it. So he walks off. You know, he just, you know, he gets out of his car, gets on his phone, and just walks away. We're like, okay, well, you know, let's just talk more to our neighbors. So we do that, and, you know, we continue to shoot shit a little bit until this happens. A cop car drives by. You know, where we are, cop cars drive through, like, once in a while, so we didn't really think much about that either. Until, like, another cop car comes by. We're like, this is a little bit weird. 2 cop cars normally don't come around. Motherfucking phone, bitch, motherfucker! Anyways, what I was trying to say was that, you know, like, 2 cop cars normally don't follow each other within, like, a 2-minute span. So basically what fucking happened, like, we were just like, alright, this is a little bit fucking weird, you know? They don't come at 2s, like, within 2 minutes. We're like, okay, this is getting a little bit weird, you know? We're starting to think things, because the guy came in, pulled in with his van, and just kind of walked away, and they were going towards where he was walking at. So we were just like, this is kind of fucking weird. So then it progresses to where there's another cop car that drives by as well. Keep in mind, this is the 3rd cop car within a 5-minute span. So we're like, alright, something's fucking up, you know? There's not that many cop cars that drive through here in the middle of the night, you know, during this time, especially after this guy just parked in front of our house. Literally, he just parked, walked away, and then 3 cop cars drove by. So we're like, something's fucking connected here, you know? Something's going on, and something's very, very fucking wrong. So then the fourth fucking car drives by. The fourth fucking cop car drives by. You know, we're just like, alright, something's fucking up, you know. So the fifth cop car drives by. I mean, this is still within the span with 5 minutes, you know. So we're like, alright, something's fucking up. So we stop the cop car. Well, our neighbor, we're gonna give him the name of Tom. And Tom stops this cop car because Jason noticed that this guy walked off where all these police officers were going towards. And I didn't even mention this before, but one of the cop cars went off the opposite end of the road and actually shined the spotlight that they have in their car on the fucking van. So, you know, they obviously, like, Jason, my stepdad, obviously figured it out, like, these things are fucking connected, you know? We need to figure out what the fuck's going on. So, you know, like, Tom goes tell the police officers where the guy went because my stepdad, Jason, told Tom where the guy went. And Tom pointed them at the direction where the guy went. Well, you know, about a couple minutes passed, and we're just standing there, and we're just like, okay, well, this is kind of fucking iffy, because we see a couple more cop cars, not in, like, the close, like, within 5 minutes, like, within, like, 8 minutes apart from each other now. And we're just like, okay, so cop cars are still coming around. This is fucking weird, you know? Did this guy, like, fucking murder someone? Did this guy, like, kill his children? Or, like, did he rob a bank? We didn't know. So we were just sitting there like, something's fucking going on, you know? We're just trying to keep our eye out while we're talking to them still. So then we see this fucking guy come back up like fucking nothing happened. You know, he's just walking around. He comes in from the fucking opposite end. This guy fucking pulls a fucking Harry Houdini bullshit. Fucking pops out in the middle of nowhere. We're just like, what the fuck? Like, he literally walked in at one end, popped into the other end. So we're like, alright, we're not gonna think too much about it. Basically, just, you know, acting like we didn't see him or act weird when he came back around. Our neighbor Tom, who's a fucking savage, by the way, fucking savage, mate, you're fucking awesome, comes up to him and basically goes, hey, is that your van? The guy looks at him, and he goes, yeah, it's my van, you know, I just came over here, and he's like, alright, well, he's like, well, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into my car and leave now, and he's like, no, you're not. He's like, what do you mean I'm not? Tom goes, you are not getting in that car, dude. Your car is on hold. The cops are looking for you. So the guy sits down, he's like, what the fuck ever, you know, like, acting like it's no big fucking deal. And, like, this guy's, like, trying to talk to Tom like he didn't do anything bad, when we saw, like, 7 police officers literally trying to look around for this fucking guy. You know, so we think, like, he did something bad. Like, he fucking raped or killed somebody, did something fucking bad. And, like, Tom is literally just fucking holding him down like a savage. Like, he didn't even fucking care. Like, he just sat him down on the seat. He's just like, dude. He sat him down on the sidewalk, and he's like, dude, did you do anything bad? He goes, no, I didn't do anything bad. I think I might have had, like, a fucking parking ticket or some shit like that. And then Tom, you know, like, our stories, like, we're looking at him like, there's no way that there are fucking 8 police officers after this guy's ass for a fucking, you know, parking ticket. You know, so we're just like, okay, this is a fucking weird scenario here. So another cop car pulls up after about 8 minutes of the guy sitting down. You know, it was a little bit awkward because the guy was sitting down there, and, you know, Tom was keeping him there because the police officers wanted to talk to him. So the fucking police officers show up, you know, they fucking shine the spotlight at the guy, you know, they start questioning him. Tom comes back over to his house, you know, we all just start talking about what the fuck's going on. They start questioning this guy at his van. He goes, is this your van? He goes, yeah, this is my van. And we heard the entire scenario, basically, of what fucking happened, and you will not believe what the fuck he was almost arrested for. You know, regardless, I know it's a little bit shady to walk outside in the middle of the night, but let me just tell you what the fuck happened. So this guy, this old-looking guy, too, like, he looks like he's in his 30s, almost to his 40s, is on his phone. And, you know, he goes, yeah, no, I'm just going to end up playing some Pokemon Go. So he gets in this car and starts driving around where we live, you know, just to try to catch some Pokemon. And then he comes out of the car and starts walking around the block to make sure there's no Pokemon around there. So he did a lap. Well, apparently within that time of him doing a lap around around the block, fucking somebody calls the police on him for playing fucking Pokemon Go. Just for fucking walking him. He even said it, and the fucking police officer just goes, do you have the fucking app on your phone? The guy shows him the app, and he goes, all right, well, then, they start talking for about another 7 minutes. They start talking about how people are getting calls about people calling the cops on people for walking in the middle of the night for playing Pokemon Go. Now, regardless, I know it's a little bit weird to have random people walking around, but whenever you hear about this new game like Pokemon Go around, you should expect it a tiny bit more. I'm not saying stay unsensitive, keep your windows and doors unlocked. I'm just saying you can keep your eye out, but you don't need to fucking call the police over a guy who's fucking playing Pokemon Go! And now, I just got triggered there, but that was because he was literally in front of our fucking house. The police cars, fucking came up. 3 other fucking cop cars came up. The fucking backup for the backup showed up. And they started fucking questioning this guy like he fucking ran over a little kid. And they're just like, so, we had some reports that you were walking around here. Which, I understand, that's, a reason to have one cop car, driving around a little bit. But do you really need 3 fucking cop cars to chase after one person walking around who's actually playing fucking Pokemon Go? Now, I know they didn't know it was Pokemon Go, and I know they were taking their job seriously, but do they need 3 fucking cop cars for that? Do they really? The guy's car was there. They could have just waited there until the guy came back to his car, but no, they kind of left us there too. So that was a little bit fucked up. But anyways, guys, that's the story about how the savage man walking in the middle of the night playing Pokemon Go got arrested in front of our fucking house. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, make sure you check out my other friends, Wacko Zacko, Undead Uchiha, Mr. On the Border, and Chrome Silencer for other quality content that is probably going to be like this or a little bit different. They just make really good content. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.
You